Jordan 3 Black Cats, and this is an interesting sneaker. I used to have this when they originally dropped in 2007, but I just don't remember them looking this way as far as the shoelaces, but we'll get into that. Peace and love, everybody. These are supposed to drop next year, 2025, January. I'm not sure when in January just yet, but they are coming. And from what I can tell, these are pretty much exactly like they were in 2007. Man, that just sounds like such a long time ago. But it's a black on black sneaker, and it's funny if, okay, they're giving us that. That's what they gave us with the black and cements. It's still that papery card. They're never going to make it the cardboard kind of feel like it was before. I know they're just probably cutting cost, carbon neutral, whatever. But I think it'll be interesting to see if this shoe will be as sought after as the Black Cat 4s, because the Black Cat 4s, for some reason, the resale is still like $800, and I just don't get it. And I know people think when they see a black on black colorway, first of all, it does look clean, it's nice, but the type of materials that's made out of the sneaker, including the Black Cat 4s, the leather doesn't last forever, and once you clean it, it's gonna lose a shade of darkness, if that makes sense. I'm glad they put patented right there, because that's one less part of the shoe to protect. But just because there's dirt on the shoe and it's black and you don't see it, the dirt is still there. You just can't really see it on the black sneaker. And keeping these clean, like if somebody steps on your foot, it's gonna leave a nastier mark on this kind of material than it would on a white sneaker that's like leather or something like this. Like this material is very, very prone to start looking weird, like if it gets wet, if it gets too dusty. It's just, there's a misconception about black on black sneakers, like they're easier to keep clean. They're actually not, and they look weird once they're worn too much and so forth. But anyway, it's a good colorway. It's interesting that they're pulling these back in, and the laces there, I just don't remember the laces looking like that. I think they were darker. I think that's what it is. I think they were darker. The concept of the sneaker is one of Jordan's kind of personas as being a black cat, because he kind of looked like a black cat on the court, because he's dark and he has a bald head, and he was lethal, so he looks like a black killer cat on the court, so hence the name Black Cat for the sneaker. And I thought there was something on the pull tab, but there's nothing on the pull tab behind it. We got Dream Cell for the insole. It's not the worst insole in the world, and the shoe is comfortable. Like, I wore it to a parent-teacher conference, I wore them to go shopping, and I forgot that the sneakers were even on my feet. So go true to size. This pair is a 9.5. They are very, very comfortable. And I always thought that Jordan 3s were more comfortable than the Jordan 4. I know Jordan 4s are sometimes hit or miss. I have some that are just kind of, you can only really wear them for a couple of hours. So 3s have always historically been more comfortable than the 4s. But the 4s just kind of, they kind of look better. Like the Black Cat 4s look better overall than this sneaker. This kind of just looks like, it's hard to explain. It's so plain. But I understand why it's sought after, because it's a black on black shoe and people think that it's easier to keep clean, and it's really not. Will I be going for these in 2025? Probably not, because first of all, I promised myself I would stop actually buying Jordan 3s. Okay, so see, I thought there was something on the back of that. I guess I'm getting that mixed up with another shoe. Am I getting that mixed up with the Black Cat 4? See, look at those. These just look overall better on feet to me. Like the 3s kind of look more like a skater shoe. These just look more proportionate, and they just look better in a black on black colorway. And I actually like the Jordan 3 more than the Jordan 4 overall. If I had to pick one of the two and only be able to wear one out of the two for the rest of my life, it would definitely be other colorways of the Jordan 3s. So let me know, are you guys going to go for these? I know a lot of people are going to go. They're going to sell out instantly. It's black on black. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know about instantly, but they will sell out day one on sneakers. And also, I didn't talk much about it, and I usually do with Jordan 3s, but the elephant print, it looks really good on this sneaker. They did something with it. Jordan 3s as a whole have been upgraded. They've evolved since 2007, I think a couple times. And as of present day of making this video, the Jordan 3s have looked, I'm talking about shape and build, they look the best that they've ever have. And what I mean by best that they ever have, I mean that they look closer to the OG. And that's another thing I'm starting to back up off of. Like, the newer sneakers don't really have to look like the OG for me. Like, I don't understand what this it's either OG or it's nothing, or these are not close enough to the OG shape. Like, none of that actually matters. Sometimes you see a sneaker for so long and then you see the OG cut, and then it's like, okay, now the OG cut looks weird. It doesn't look the same to me. So a sneaker coming out, the materials have to be good. That's how I feel about the shoe. Make the materials better. Don't worry about the OG cut, this and that. Even though they did improve them, the 5 needs a little bit of OG cut retooling as well. But it doesn't make or break the shoe if it's not like an exact replica or 90% looking like the OG sneakers from back in the 80s. That was a long time ago, and a lot of those sneakers, the molds and the materials, they don't even use that stuff no more. Like, the materials have actually kind of upgraded and downgraded at the same time, meaning they're cheaper to make. But we all know when Nike, Jordan Brand wants to make their sneakers with better materials, they definitely can do it. They just don't want to do it because they're trying to cut costs and put more sneakers out. But all in all, it's interesting because these Black Cat 3s that are coming out in January, they do look like the original release back in 2007. So that's my video on these guys. Those past 2 videos, I just had to get through those because of the seller that sent me the shoes. They were being crazy, and that's a whole nother story. But make sure you follow me on IG, Instagram @ColorCulture, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.